Hello viewers, how are you? I hope all of you are doing good. I'm thankful to those who are continuously watching our videos and supporting our YouTube channel WordPress Beginner Hacks. So, with our interactive tutorials, you can actually learn a lot of easier tricks for WordPress and SEO. So do subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon so that you are the first one to see my next video when I post it. Back to tutorials. Today the topic is how to install a WordPress using GoDaddy control panel. Almost all control panels have the same interface, but why I am specifically mentioning GoDaddy because I am using it. So there is nothing to worry about it. Watch this full length video to see how easily you can install a WordPress without contacting any freelancer or developer. Our actual mission is to spread enough knowledge for business owners and WordPress beginners that they can do something like this very easily without contacting anyone or paying anyone. But before I move forward, you need to subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Stay tuned with me and watch this. Okay, guys, we are in our GoDaddy account, and you can see I'm in my products right now. In my products, you can see different sections. This is the section where you can manage all of your domains that are associated with this account. This is our websites and marketing section where you can build a website using GoDaddy Builder. And this is the web hosting panel where you can see all of your control panel that you have purchased from GoDaddy. Since I have a lot of websites from my clients that are associated with this same account, so we are going to select our business hosting plan where we actually need to install a WordPress. So this is my business hosting. I'm going to manage it now, and I'm going to show you how we need to install WordPress on a domain that is associated with our own account. Oh, sorry, I forgot that we need to actually use our development server. So pardon me for that. We need to go back to products, and we then need to select the development server from my account so that we can tell you how to install a WordPress using some simple tricks. It is not much difficult. Means if you are watching this video, you can simply see this will involve 2 to 3 steps where you need to actually uh, simply put some details in it, and then you can see a WordPress installed on that directory or domain, whatever you have selected. So basically, Installatron is one of the application that is almost common to all servers. You can see this application available within all of the major web hostings. You simply need to click on that, and this will show you a lot of applications, whichever you want to use within your server. These are all supported applications that you can see. These are community building, like if you are going to develop a forum or chat box, you can always install one of these applications. These are all CMS, and this list is huge. You can install any of these applications within your domain that is associated with your account. So we are actually now learning how to install WordPress within GoDaddy control panel. So I'm gonna select WordPress application for installation. They are telling you some details about this application, and they are giving you the first look how it will look once it is live on your domain. So you need to click on install this application, and it will show you the interface where you need to set up all the details. You need to actually uh, build a website for your use. So I'm going to uh, add a directory because the root domain was dev project, and it already has a coming soon page affiliated with it. So we need to install it on our directory. But if you want to like replace with the one that is installed on your root domain, you can also do that. You simply need to leave this field blank so that the new WordPress installation can show up on the root domain. But since I am going to use a directory, so I am adding a directory here, and you can see the address or URL has been changed, and my server public HTML is showing me that a directory with the same name has been added to the public HTML. Okay, since the latest version of WordPress is 5.4.2, so that is always by default recommended. But if you want to use any other like version, you can talk to your hosting provider and they can make it available here. Then the language you want to use, you can select any of the languages which WordPress supports, and you can select the one. Uh, this needs to always like accept because you are using 5.4.2, and 5.4.2 is actually affiliated with EULA, and you need to accept their license agreement. We always recommend do not automatically update because if you allow WordPress to automatically update your WordPress version, that means you will never know when it happens and you may experience downtime to your websites. I'm also going to select that do not automatically update my WordPress plugins because some plugins, when they release an update, there might be bugs in it, and I don't want any of my website to be malware affected or having spams in it. I'm also not going to select for automatically updates for my theme because I want to do it at my own always. So I also recommend that you must not select automatically updates for anything except if you want to create a backup, then you can do that. Or if you don't want a backup for your website, you can select this option. But backup is always recommended so that if there is something wrong or something happens with your website, you can always recover it. I'm going to select my admin username, and then I mostly use the same password, but if you don't like that password, you can always generate a different password from this button. I need to also copy this credentials so that I can use it later. Okay, I always make these things available within my local machine so that when I need these things, I can actually get these from my details. So this is the administrative email where you are getting all of the notifications from WordPress. This will be also affiliated with your contact forms and everything that gonna happen on your website. I'm going to test website for Google. See. This will be shown as my website title. I usually don't use a tagline, but if you want to use a tagline, you can put it in this field. I'm For now, I'm not going to uh, enable the two-factor authentication because my developers have been working around the clock. So when they need to get into this WordPress admin, they always need to ping back me and wait for me so that they can get in. So, but one of the most important thing is you always need to select the login attempts. So if a spammer or hacker is attempting some sort of hacking tactics on your website and trying to get into your website, uh, this option can limit him. This option simply blocked their IP, and they can no longer access your website URL once they are blocked. Since this is not a multi-site is something else which I will cover in a different video. So I'm not going to enable it. I always recommend to let the server handle automatically the advanced settings so that you don't have to do it manually, because these are some sort of technical things where you need to set up database and the username and passwords, etc. So if this automatic option is selected, that means the server is configuring everything within your WordPress at its own, and this is the most easiest way to install a WordPress or handle the advanced settings. Now I'm going to click on install since we have finished everything we have on this page, and you see it is processing. That means the server is now installing WordPress in the set directory that we gave him. Okay, now we need to see where is the test website. So you can see the WordPress files are being copied, database and tables are being managed by the server, as I told you a moments ago. This is the most easiest way. Otherwise, you will be getting a pop-up to set up the advanced settings. Now, you can see this is my WordPress admin where I have installed this theme, the default theme from WordPress. So I'm not going to use any of their theme because I have my own, which I need to upload here, and we are going to exit it. Oh my God. Okay, you can see I am now in my WordPress admin, and the directory that I associated with this server is also available. And this is the base location for the theme that I just installed. So you can see how easier it is for you people to install WordPress at your own. You don't need some high level technical understanding. You can simply do this thing following the steps that I have told you moments ago, and you can go through it. If you like this video, do give me a subscribe and share this video as much as you can. This will be the genuine sport you people are doing with me. Thank you very much and stay tuned with me for the next video.